Announcements, December 23rd, 2019, Conference Exchange Day, there's no school. December 24th, 2019, winter break begins, no school. January 6th, 2020, school resumes after winter break. January 8th, 2020, District Community Diversity Alliance meeting at 6 p.m. at the Fairfield Administration Building, 4741 Bach Lane, Conference Room A. January 9th, 2020, is a tax budget hearing at 1 p.m., Fairfield Administration Building. Do we know what room that will be in, Mrs. Lane? Is that in your office, or is that,
Usually nobody shows up, but yes, we can have it in my office.
because you do have a
Nobody does.
conference table there?
I do.
Okay. January 9, 2020 is the board meeting, the organizational meeting at 6:30, the FHS Catherine D. Milligan Community Room, followed by our regular meeting. January 13, 2020, end of first semester for grades 9 to 12, and end of second quarter grades K to 8. Board member comments? Start with Mrs. Gundrum.
I just want to thank Mr. Clemens and Mr. Smith and everybody, and Mrs. Shorter too, for all the work they've done on this Ed Choice. It's a lot of information to go through, and I was really shocked by some of the things that I read, like a school could lose more money than they get per student in some cases, and so it's like they're being penalized twice almost. But I do thank you, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to nitpick, I just didn't want to alienate any potential supporters of our position either, so, but I do thank you for all your work.
Great, thank you. Mrs. Shorter?
I have something that I'd like to read, if you guys are okay.
Oh, please, go ahead. It's board member comments, not comment, so.
Well, sorry, this has really bothered me, so I've been writing a little bit more. So public schools must be protected. I'm a believer, supporter, and product of public schools. There's a special trust engendered between the citizenry and public schools in general. The charter of most public schools is to educate all within its geographical boundaries, regardless of income or abilities. This is a sacred compact that keeps this country great. I also support parental school choice, but not at the expense of financial stability and the well-being of public schools. Right now, in our great state of Ohio, many public schools are under severe threat because of legislation that was tucked away in a recent bill that was signed into law by Governor DeWine. This provision escaped the disinfectant of legislative and public scrutiny that it so richly deserved. The expansion terms of the Ed Choice program threatens many districts with the possible elimination of millions of state allocated dollars. Fairfield City Schools receives roughly $33.9 million in state funds per year. With our predictions of Ed Choice expansion voucher usage, our district could lose over $3.4 million in state dollars in 1 year. That's 10% of the first full year of the program. Unfortunately, it does not end there. In 4 years, Ed Choice expansion vouchers could spell the loss of over $14.5 million for Fairfield City Schools. No state politician would stand openly for cutting the education budget by 10%. They would incur the wrath of the voting public. Instead, public school monies are being siphoned away through an opaque process designed to help lawmakers avoid accountability. It's simply not what democracy is about. I'm asking all who support public education in the state of Ohio to reach out to your individual, maybe not individual, all state representatives and senators, encourage them to address or correct this problem. Call Governor DeWine and tell him to support and protect public schools by making funding for public schools whole.
Very well said.
Thank you.
Will you share that electronically with Mrs. Lane
I
so that it gets, everywhere it gets into the minutes?
Yeah, I sure
Thank you
will.
very much.
Thank you.
It's hard to top that.
You want to try to add on to that,
I'm not
Mrs.
gonna
O'Neill?
top that. I'm just going to add a thank you to the equity leadership team, because I do so value the work that they're doing, and it makes a difference to everyone in our community. And even though the progress is slower than we all would like, we are making progress, and that's what's important, is that we're making progress and we're going to continue down that road. So, and I want to thank Belina for her eloquent words that, yeah, perfect. Thank you. That's it.
Great. Mr. Bigley?
Very well done, Maria. Thank you. I just want to wish all of our students and staff a wonderful winter break and happy holidays.
I'll echo everyone's sentiments. That y'all said very great things tonight. It was a lesson in civics. I mean, how well we collaborated together to come up with a resolution that's going to protect our student body and our school system. So thank you for that. I do want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. It's a special time of year. Hopefully, you can spend it with family. And if family is not near, hopefully you can reach out to them, at least talk to them. And I hope that especially families that have family members in our military across the globe have a chance at least reach out and speak with them this Christmas season. So, okay, with that, I don't see any need for executive session tonight. So, Mr. Smith with an early Christmas present to us. At this time, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Mrs. Lamb, will you call the roll, please?
Mrs. O'Neill?
Yes.
Mr. Begley?
Yes.
Mr. Birding?
Yes.
Mrs. Gundram?
Yes.
Mrs. Shorter?
Yes.
Motion passes. We are adjourned at 9:04. Thank you all very much.